Hello and welcome to my show Express Conversations. I am Prabhu Chawla. Today we have got a very special guest, Rohan Khaunte. He's a young, dynamic tourism minister of Goa. Goa is perhaps known for more beaches than anything else, but he's giving a new definition to Goa tourism. Why and what are you doing about it? Let me talk to himself.
Namaskar.
You're most welcome. Why are you changing this? Beyond beaches. It is known for beaches only.
Goa is a preferred destination, like you said, known for its sun, sand, and sea. But there's the perception of Goa. In terms of the tourist expectations, post-COVID, we have realized that there are so many things that tourist expects, and we have it all. Why not place our products in front of the tourists that we already have in terms of promoting them and making tourism very inclusive was a thought. So as we talk about our lovely beaches which are best in the world, we can talk about the pristine 104 kilometers of our coastline, but at the same time the narrative has to shift along with the beaches. We are not discounting them, we are promoting them, but we are also looking at giving a spread and more options for the tourist who comes. So the whole narrative started with the sun, sand and sea and Goa Beyond Beaches. Now this Goa Beyond Beaches talks about the hinterlands, the
I'll come to that point
ecotourism.
later, but I'm trying to understand because
No, I'll tell you. So what is
first time
happening?
I came here as a student.
So you as a tourist want to travel the world or travel different parts of the country, and I'm saying that we have it all over here. So you can increase the number of days that you want to stay and see Goa at its best. No longer is Goa seasonal; it's throughout the year. So we thought about promoting Goa not only as a seasonal destination, but an all-round destination which includes monsoons, other parts of it, and give the tourist the option to feel not only the beaches, but every part of Goa and every part that Goa has: rich tradition, heritage, culture, adventure, wellness, culinary, aspects which have never been taken up to that scale or never been portrayed to the tourist as a part of a tourism culture. So the focus has always been the coast. So we thought, as per the tourist expectation, which has changed, the thought of a tourist has changed. Whether it's a Gen Z or an elderly person, today they want to be more immersive. They want to have more experiential form of tourism. This has started post-COVID, and expectations of the tourist, as accordingly, I expect that the stage needs to be changing, not remain static. That we are here, we will only do this. If the tourist wants some changes, we need to be adaptable, and that's where we are.
No, that's right. When a marketing jargon is used, because every product is marketed according to the USP, what is unique selling point? Goa is known for beaches, and we have got 300 kilometers of coastline here. That 300 kilometers coastline out of 11,000 in the entire country. It's very good place to develop further as a beach resort as well, because India is the only place where there's no beach resorts. People go to the beach resorts, and we thought Goa is a place where you can have an international standard kind of a beach resort where people come, not only for holidays, for all sorts of conventions as well. So therefore, when you say beyond beaches, you are trying to undermine, are you not trying to undermine the importance of beaches? There's the only beautiful beaches in India where tourists come.
See, we have to understand the dynamics of a state. We are a 1.5 million population, catering 10x, almost 15 million, 10 million plus tourists a year, domestic and
Domestic
international.
1 crore, this time they cross, yeah.
Every country today is looking at over-tourism or the whole tourism being concentrated in one pocket. We need to ensure that the spread allows everybody to consume. At the same time, tourism reaching the last part. One, inclusive thought. When we talked about regenerative tourism, the first in the country to talk about it, it was not only talking about sustainability, because we believe that sustainability will only minimize negative impacts. We went one step ahead and we spoke about environment.
Sorry, I will interrupt you again.
One minute. Economy
I'll allow you
and
to
the
finish.
society. No, let me finish this. And the society. So when we speak about these three parts, we need the tourists to spread around, not only remain at the coast. So as I said earlier, we are not stopping promoting our coast. We are promoting the coast in the right sense. But people on the coast, coming to the coast, should also realize that Goa is also beautiful otherwise and got many more options. So if a normal domestic travel is coming for 4 nights, we want him to do 6 nights. So 2 nights Goa Beyond Beaches, 4 nights आप beach पे ही रहो, लेकिन 2 nights Goa Beyond Beaches भी देख लो. You come as an international tourist, your normal average stay is 9 nights. I'm saying come for 12 nights. 3 nights you see Goa Beyond Beaches. Because today, if an international tourist or domestic comes, also wants wellness, also wants yoga, also wants spiritual, and this is there in Goa. We have Shakti pits, we have this Swayambhu temples, we have the story of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, never spoken.
I'm told there are more Shivaji statues here than in Maharashtra.
No, let us, with due respect to Chhatrapati's achievements and the recognition we have, it is time that the younger generation knows his achievements and contribution to the state of Goa. So it is like when Maharashtra talks about it, they talk in one particular way. But his naval warfare, his part of keeping us protected from the Portuguese regime, desecration of temples which took place and how he protected us during those times, how the formation of a taluka called as Ponda Taluka became a temple taluka. All this history needs to be known by the generation. Educationally, when we have been brought up, we have been taught history. But less history was taught to us about our own country. We were taught about the history of the world. It's time the generation today, with the digital medium available, should not only be reading about history, but experience it in the state where they
Portuguese
had
ruled
it.
here, therefore history was forgotten, local history was forgotten. I understand. But I am coming back to the same question again, because beaches, I am more interested in that. Because my point of view has been, we have got 11,000 kilometers of beaches here, coastal line. And we don't have a resort or beach resort where tourists look at that. And Goa has was developing that. You're talking in terms of other things. Yes, that should be done. There can be temples, there can be churches, there can be other culinary things and whatnot. But that's available in other parts of the states also. There are better temples perhaps in Tamil Nadu than anywhere else. There are better temples in palaces in Rajasthan than anywhere else. Goa has this unique distinction of having one of the best beach resorts and beach tourism spots here. 20% of your GDP is coming from tourism at the moment, at this point. Don't you think you should have promoted not beyond beach, in addition to beach? There's a nuance behind it. Beyond beaches means forget about it.
When we look at the younger generation, we talk on hashtags today. So his hashtag Goa Beyond Beaches does not mean that we are discounting the beaches. We are talking about the beaches, the resorts, the hotels, in all the coastline. If you see 104 kilometers from the south to the extreme north, certain pockets are developing, certain pockets are already overdeveloped, certain pockets are developed. So we have 3 stages of development which has taken place in this coastline. Through the help of the center, we are supporting and ensuring that the coastal circuits are also there under Swadesh Darshan. So we are ensuring that we are able to balance the ecosystem in terms of infrastructure. Every growth has to have enough growth with the necessary infrastructure. Today we have an inventory close to 1 lakh rooms in the state of Goa, which are more in the coastal areas. We don't have much inventory in the rural areas, which today through homestays and some small properties have come up. But major part is the coast. Secondly, unlike the bigger states like Tamil Nadu, we are not big in terms of square kilometers. We are just a small pocket of 3,700
That's why you want to have more nights here.
So you want to shift from the coast to the interiors is not more than a 30-minute drive and vice versa. So it's not a difference. I want to get up in the morning and I want to see over a mountain, or I want to see the sea, or I want to be in the trails and do the nature trails. I have the options of doing it in Goa, unlike the other states. We are in the form of competitive, collaborative and cooperative form of federalism. But Goa as a state has evolved right from the hippies, from the 60s to now. We talk about a homestay policy today, but homestays were happening along the coast in those 60s when there were no tourism properties. The hippies coming is to stay in those small houses which were catered to. So what connected Goa? The culture connected Goa. So if I am a person staying in the hinterlands or on the coast, as a Goan, culture and Goan is very intrinsically bonded. And that makes us very special and different from the rest of the people.
Goa is a rich culture.
So when we come back to the coast, we are not talking about hundreds of kilometers, neither are we discounting. We are saying we have a lovely coast. We are promoting. We have the best water sports happening on the coast. We are having the best shacks in the country happening on the stores, serving one of the best culinary. We have great boutique and other type of restaurants come up in the number of years, which are being set up throughout the coast. So today when everything is happening along the coast, it will keep happening. Nobody can take the beaches away from the tourist and vice versa. But at the same time, what identity of Goa is, we need to connect it more. When we talk about spirituality, I agree with you that every state has its own way of putting things. That is why we say incredible India. And that is why the Prime Minister said, instead of traveling abroad, You please travel your own states to know what each state has.
अपना देश
That
देखो.
is why I said we are culturally bonded. So when you talk about spiritualism, I have Devki Krishna temple in Goa, which is one of its kind in the country. We are today linked to a Chikalkala festival which happens in this month of July, which where our soul, our body is linked to the mud. And that is how we connect faith. This is not available in the other states. So we have certain festivals, we have certain traditions, we have the culture which is different from other states. Each state is different. That's why we are incredible India.
No, you are
But
right.
when we talk about Goa, sir, it is very important for us to understand as a tourism state, we have always promoted the coast and we will keep promoting it. But when the international tourist today comes in and he says, with the sun, sand, and sea, I want wellness, I should be able to also provide wellness. Today it is the call of the day, it is the call of the tourist. So wellness has to be promoted. When I have a tourist coming from a particular country or within the country saying that adventure, I need to come to Goa, and certain adventures not only related to water but related to mountain, related to trails, I need to have that option. And today, in the last couple of years, we have created it. Now, how do we differentiate? The differentiator has been the beach and Goa Beyond Beach. So when we say Goa Beyond Beach, it is a way we look at it. We are not saying go out across the beach.
I am understanding it. The Goa Beyond Beach, I am trying.
We
Goa
are adding
plus,
value.
Goa beaches plus. I am saying.
We are adding value to the beaches.
That means plus. Basically,
Plus,
you are giving.
absolutely.
The question culture is a very limited way of connecting the tourists because tourists are coming here primarily earlier because of the beaches. Now you are trying to develop it. What I want to see is Goa should have been developed like an international tourist destination. Because
It is one.
your percentage of foreign tourists has fallen. It is 42%. It is not 42% earlier also. Numbers have gone up domestically. Domestic for international tourists have fallen in terms of percentage of total fees.
No, let me correct you here.
Yeah.
When we talk about the figures, I find a lot of influencers, a lot of press and media talking about figures pre-COVID and post-COVID. The dynamics of movement has changed. Very important for any tourist to connect is connectivity. We have to all agree that the country is going to a shortage of flights. And tier 1 cities, that is the metros, are being focused upon. Tier 2 cities is what we have taken up with the center to consider us in that particular same plan. So when we have bilateral issues, when we have the type of airlines to be connected, how does a tourist connect? Either to international tourist connect through scheduled flights, to charters, or the FITs who come in.
Your charter has gone
If
down.
you do all these things in terms of the numbers, year to year post-COVID, we have grown. But if you start comparing us with pre-COVID figures, pre-COVID tourism was very different. Today we are talking about quality. We are not talking only about volume. As we are talking about the numbers, we also need to say that we need volume, value over volumes. So today I need a tourist who comes and spends. So a charter tourist comes as a budget tourist. A FIT or a person coming on a scheduled flight comes to spend. Today we are not only depending on UK and Russia as legacy markets. We have connected new markets.
No, but international flights have gone up here. Number of international flights coming to Goa have gone
International flights. Now this year, we have suffered on account of the war. Because the Middle East and other things, we have suffered. But at the same time, the world has realized that Indians are spenders. Everybody wants Indians. At the same time, our Prime Minister gives a shout out saying that the Indians need to travel within India. And that has made a very impactful narrative where today Indians are traveling within the country. They are in Goa, they are in Hampi, they are in Karnataka, they are in different parts of the country watching and looking at things. I was in Jaipur a couple of days back and I realized how beautiful Ranthambore was, how beautiful Jaipur was in terms of the way I saw it. Now that is something which is different. When we connected and had a MOU with Uttarakhand, that's how we collaborated. Uttara government and Goa government connected. They are known as Uttar Kashi, we are known as Dakshin Kashi. So we said, let us connect the Arabian Sea to the Himalayas. And with Satwal Maharaj ji in the last week in the tourism conclave, which happened in West Bengal, in Kolkata, we thought of renewing this whole thought of how it is. Now, when we did the MOU, we had the connectivity of a direct flight done from Indigo, which cut down the travel time from 7 hours to 2.5 hours with a direct flight. Certain problems with Indigo cut down the direct flight. So these challenges come from the sectors which we need to do a correction. And this correction needs its own time. But promoting ourselves does not stop. Because the tourist who would want to travel, whether it's international or domestic, makes up his mind to see India. Believe me, the stats say that every year to year the surge in coming into India is about 41%.
If you're the potential tourist to Goa, if I have to ask you, why should I come to Goa more often? Can you give me 3 slogans which you think, okay, Prabhu, you come here, A, B, C, D, whatever.
I think when
you are a well-traveled person, I know it.
For reasons to come to Goa, 3 will not be the only thing. There will be many more. So why not come to Goa? You may find very difficult answers.
I should ask that question.
So why to come to
I'm
Goa?
going to ask that question.
Why
I don't want to come to Goa.
See, today let us understand. In terms of the design and design fraternity, people who want creative minds. With whole thought of post-COVID, we made it hashtag workation Goa. Work from home culture came in. We made it work from Goa. Hashtag workation Goa. So today you have people like you who are in the creative space, naturally wanting to spend some time and think creatively, coming and spending time in Goa because they are able to think about it. Today the thought of planned tourism has changed. The new sect of Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they are people who plan the week and they say, chal, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Goa. Now why do they come? Informally, we have become the culinary capital of the country. You name the food, it is there. You have a great Indo-Portuguese, Goan Portuguese food. You have a Goan Catholic cuisine, Goan Hindu
and
cuisine.
These restaurants are also at the places where quite good
Every
ambience
place,
is there.
from a tribal cook to a place which is prominently there, you have it for serving Goan food. It's not only about the fish curry rice, because that is something which is a geography of the state. It is something that we talk about very emotionally and we connect. Similarly, today the whole international culinary is available here. With the whole thought of promoting sports tourism, today the World Table Tennis, the World Beach Volleyball Pro, the Legends T20, many things we have started promoting because we realized that the huge potential of this particular thing happening.
I was coming to that only because you have,
so
it has to be
slowly
international
moving.
Destination.
Why come to Goa? You have so many reasons. Wellness, Goa. MICE, Goa. Weddings, Goa. Conferences, Goa. Adventure, Goa. Heritage tradition, Goa. Every aspect of what you see and you talk about Goa, you will find it very special and different and carry back nostalgic moments. If you in your college days have come into Goa, you must have come because data talks about 60% or 65% of
That was early 70s.
100 come into Goa for their college days as what you call those student exposure trips. Or
We
they
came
come
only for
their
beaches. Frankly speaking, we came for beaches.
They came.
I went to Kalangu beach at that time.
Now you
which
want
was
to
a
come
hippie
with
full of hippies
now
at
with
that
you
time.
want to come with your old friends whom you wanting to connect in Goa. So whether it's Dil Chahta Hai or whether it's Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Bollywood definitely has contributed because they also found that there cannot be a better destination like Goa in terms of filling your life or filling something different or a change. And today that's exactly what it is. Tourism has evolved. Every state today is getting
Other
tourism
thing
as
which
a
I want
potential.
to stop you because Rohan, what is happening now? Goa is also becoming investment destination from North India. Most of the people have bought houses over here, including myself in Goa, and my son has also bought here because he finds little more attractive than I do because I'm old. I don't like that kind of thing. But I'm again coming back to them. As an old person, I wanted to see Goa as an international competition with somebody else, some other big destination, which is not happening. And you have the potential to do it, making Goa as an international destination for all the big conferences, meetings, whatever is happening. And Government of India is doing a lot for that. So you could have gone on that direction as well. You are doing International Film Festival. India government has started doing the festival also. You have the Serenity program, the hero people do it, that kind of thing. But they are not able to draw that kind of attention which should be there. So what you are doing is connecting other parts of Goa, means cultural, other thing, cuisine, everything is there. But why can't Goa become an international destination for all the, whether you call cultural activities, whether you call it semi-intellectual convey, whether you call creativity activities, whether you call business activities, because once I discussed with Editorial at that time, that Goa should be made as a parallel world economic forum kind of a thing.
See, what happens is we have to first understand if we make Goa too forward thinking. Today we have our own challenges of retaining our own identity as Goans. At that point of time, if we keep forward thinking and start putting things in perspective with a very ambitious plan to be a very forward thinking destination, then Goa will lose its charm. Why do you come to Goa? You come to Goa because with a thought that you have a laid back attitude. Goans are known as Susegad. Susegada not laid back. We have the drive. We are contented people. So when you talk about a Goan who has been there and you coming all the way and settling yourself, you will find the difference from the state you were to the state you have come because you have found quality of life. That's why you came into Goa. So now as an international destination by default, we are already there in that space. If we need to grow, it is again not by volume. We need to have the right value. We need to touch the emerging destinations which will be having spaced out in terms of the
You have to
economic
create an
spend.
infrastructure, na? Convention center.
This is exactly what I'm saying. The center has been very helpful in creating this type of things. From GDP point of view, we are contributing to about 16.43%.
Yeah.
From employment point of view, very seriously, we are at 40 to 45% of direct and indirect employment. So it's a tourism is a very serious player in the economic sector for the state of Goa. So as we have the growth potential, we cannot overgrow. Then you will ask me the question that too much of tourist happening, over tourism happening in Goa. So we have to have a balance. Today, you believe me, the 4 stars and 5 stars inventory that we have, people sometimes call Goa a costly destination. But the average occupancy of a 4-star and 5-star throughout the year is at 75%. You have conferences, weddings, destination weddings, everything happening in that particular scape. The second tier, that is a 1-star, 2-star guest house, these type of areas, the inventory grew because of the OTA platforms. Because your second home could have been used as an inventory in terms of the Airbnb.
Yeah, correct.
Now that has been a challenge for us to have a balance between the available traditional guest houses to the new platforms that have come into the type of guests coming in that particular segment. Now when you had a type of tourist coming from Israel, he used to normally come in that bracket, an international tourist. Today these countries have their own issues. So as we talk about an international destination, we are there. With the support of infrastructure today, we are talking to the center. We are getting all the support required. Shekhawat ji, our Prime Minister's vision, everything is taking the right shape. The double engine Sarkar is giving us great throttle as far as the tourism sector is concerned. As a technology minister for IT, I'm also getting that support in terms of information technology, electronics and communication. So we are creating new verticals for economies, create new skilling for employment with the fund of skilling, reskilling, upskilling of the Prime Minister. At the same time, tourism needs to have a wider growth. So when we talk about sectors that I have just spoken to you about, not to be repetitive, we have to be very clear. So when we talk about promoting a destination, we shouldn't do an over promotion of a destination to get just volumes. So साल के बाद media पूछते हैं how many tourists came in. So today is
you're a
not a
state of
tourist.
1.5 million people. You need so many people coming here to service them in terms of food, in terms of facilities, everything else. And then obviously people from outside will come to service those people. Many Bihar, many Punjabis, many people are coming here. Why I'm coming back to the same topic again and again, because Goa has a potential, as you said. Mining is down now because of ban and environment. Your source of income is primarily going to be tourism. And for tourism, for Davos, for example, in 1 year, money event, they get more revenue than Goa must be getting the entire year, even less than that. People are going more to Vietnam now. Vietnam also got beaches, and that may have affected your tourism. As foreigners, I don't know, I don't have the statistics there. So I'm saying in terms of positioning, the Goa is India's pride, but it is also one of the international destinations where everything is available, because you're saying we're very well contented people. I can feel that. People don't want to work extra hours. People have their own style of go slow, laid back. I have felt it myself because of buying a house.
I beg to differ. No longer is this generation wanting to be laid back in that sense. They have the drive, but they are not on overdrive to spell out and change the culture and ethos of the state. So if you find a Goan, but that is why I said the culture is intrinsically bonded with the state, with the Goa. So when we talk about international destination, coming to your point, today we are looking forward thinking and wanting to look at concert economy. It's growing. The next number of years, the sector shows a great growth. Today, if you have one Ahmedabad Coldplay and a Mumbai Coldplay show the dynamics of what concerts can, we want to be a plug and play destination for concerts. What better place than Goa? So all these things are in the working mode. Rome was not built in a day. Similarly, Goa needs time to particularly grow in that segment. At the same time, Goa needs to heal. Goa needs to ensure that it keeps itself for the next generation. Goa needs to ensure that as we promote the beaches or the hinterlands, we don't do over tourism in any area. So challenges are there.
No, you got creative
So
facilities.
if I have too much of a mass, good people like you won't come. then you will say it is another state which is overpopulated, pollution, पानी का problem है, सबका problem है, मुझे नहीं आना है. आज over the number of years, the first thing if somebody wants to take a holiday, all the flights coming to Goa, whether they were less now or more the earlier days, you will find the flights coming in and going out full.
Full because
You are in the monsoons now. You are in the monsoons.
It's the most expensive tourist destination because one ticket costs more than what you're going anywhere.
But people are paying for it.
I can go to Bangkok cheaper than coming to Goa.
So it's exactly how you said it.
That's
so
what
the social media influencers say
your supply is less than what the demand is.
no. Social media influencers say why not Goa? Why you shouldn't go to Goa, but you can go to Vietnam, Sri Lanka. They say all these topics. They might be paid whatever.
If more people come, if you have better facilities, then more facilities.
My debate with you is in the available infrastructure that we have. If we are already close to 100% selling what we have, and whatever new investments have come in are also showing the growth potential. You have the great chains, whether it's Taj, Oberoi's, the Hilton, the Marriott, everybody coming with new, more properties. What does it say? That means investment in Goa is going right for them. Who are the people who are ready to pay a price? Who are paying a price? The same domestic tourist who is paying a price. What does it end? It ends to the government economy and the coffers in the treasury having some revenue. That is what we want.
If I asked you the cover last question, do you have any targets? Next 5 years, my Goa will have so many tourists. My GDP contribution from tourism will go up from X to Y. Do you have any targets? Okay. Goa Beyond Beaches means 2 trillion more rupees coming in or 10,000 more hotel rooms being added. Because the development, there's a problem. Like IIT was coming here, there was opposition is going there. On the other development, people are opposing these kind of things. On the other hand, you are trying to promote tourism where there is a limited infrastructure problem because...
We believe in Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vikasit Bharat. And if you want to make Vikasit Bharat, tourism has the financial benefits.
Correct.
Or the overall benefits has to reach the last person. So whether it's a homestay policy, whether it's an adventure and policy, whether it's the Ayurveda and wellness policy, we have ensured that the last person in the society, whether in the coast or rural areas, are covered to get the benefits. Today, economy doesn't run around only the aspect of getting more money in and not having the spread. So today we in Goa, if you ask me in the next 5 years, what is our plan? Definitely we are looking at how to grow the GDP. But at the same time in the growth factor, we need to ensure that the spread of revenues through policies, through reforms, reach the last person in the society, whether he is self-employed, doing business or a part of the trade. Every ecosystem needs to be covered, unlike earlier.
You are getting 1 crore tourists now. By 2030, you will get 2 crores or whatever. I'm asking that.
I'm going back and telling the same thing. Today, the game is no longer about numbers. I would want you to come spend more money rather than looking at more people coming and spending less money.
As you at least said, 6 days to 9 days, you want to people
Yeah,
to stay more
so
than
I
that.
need a person coming from a market like who goes to Vietnam.
You put some
Who goes
economics
to Thailand?
I want to put in terms of economics.
So I will compare
so
it.
that your viewers
The people who compare Thailand and Vietnam to Goa, I don't want to sell products what Thailand sells. I hope you understand what we say. So if we are talking about that, I don't want to be compared. We do not, as Goans, want to be compared with those. And we are a small state, but we are being compared to countries. Now, budget travelers have the space in Goa. They can come and do their things. But at the same time, you have people with the value who would like to spend coming here. We welcome all. So as we welcome all, the plans in the coming years should be for value-based tourism than volume.
Business? Because there are sometimes so many permissions, panchayats come into there, you can't buy a property, it takes a lot of time, there are so many things that are involved. Do you want to simplify those things or not?
As far as tourism is concerned, we have already done a EODB, ease of doing business. So today if you're coming with a hotel, a guest house, water sports, anything that you want to, water sports are for traditional goals, but if you want to come and make any of your activities, then importantly is from 25 documents for a hotel registration, we have brought it down to 4 documents. So you come, apply online, take your hotel NOC and you do. Not that we are saying you don't take the other permissions, but from an activity from tourism point of view, we are giving you that particular permission to do your tourism trade. Then panchayat ka, pollution control ka, जो भी आपको norms है, bylaws of the country or bylaws of the state, that you have to abide. Now that as a business owner, it is up to you to do it and put a legal frame. But from my point of view, I'm not waiting for your 25 documents to give you a hotel
Basically,
license.
you want to convert Goa for all seasons rather than one season.
Already started.
And for all reasons, not for one reason.
No, so if you see the monsoons,
Yes, I stayed in.
it's a great time. You have
Yeah, it's
families.
great.
You have,
Definitely.
how did this happen? This happened because the government took one step forward, called upon the
But
hoteliers,
my experience is
airline
little
partners,
different because
everybody.
I like the monsoon here because once I came when Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister, I stayed in Raj Bhavan in the back room. That happened monsoon. So I love that place.
This time you should. This time you should go in the hinterlands, stay in the villages, experience a trail, experience the homestay, and experience a culinary. You will find a difference of from what happened those days to what happens now.
So I repeat the same thing that you want to make Goa for all reasons and all seasons, not for one
Absolutely.
reason and one reason.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
It's much of my
Thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you. Thank you.